Quick thing, parents, when you're putting it into the chat, can you put your name and your child's name as well so we can associate parent with child? That'll be helpful for us. Thank you.
All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. So good afternoon and welcome to the kindergarten open house. We have a few meeting norms. If you would please remain muted. If you have any questions, please send them in the chat box. You are going to send them to Naomi Nance. If you are a Spanish speaking family, you will send them to Miss Larissa Olasso. Please hold all your questions to the end, but you can constantly send them in through the chat box. Also, as a reminder, please sign in. So first, we are going to start off with a message from our principal, Mr. Russell.
Welcome, Sugar Creek Charter School families. Welcome, Wildcats. Welcome, students. Welcome, all stakeholders, to the 2020-21 Sugar Creek Charter School Open House. It's me, Richard Russell, your elementary principal. Hope you guys are safe, healthy, and strong, and ready for a great year. Well, we are here at Open House. Walking these hallways, I'm looking for you. And I really wish I could.
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure what happened. Someone is annotating on my screen. If you could please not do that, that would be so great.
See it, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And I know usually we're in the building, we're greeting each other, we're seeing each other. It's been a few months and we're all happy to see each other like a family reunion. But unfortunately, COVID-19 is saying otherwise right now. So we have to do exactly what we need to do to stay safe. And that's what we will do. The school year. Fortunately, COVID-19 cannot stop us from learning. And we will learn remotely, safely, at home. But in order to do something like this, we need to make sure that we have some commitments on all sides for all stakeholders. It's important as parents and guardians that you know what kind of commitments our staff is willing to make. We want you to know that Sugar Creek Charter School is a welcoming, collaborative, and supportive environment. Sugar Creek Charter School is invested in your students' academic, behavior, and social and emotional learning. We also need our students to make these commitments as well. And these commitments reflect our STARS rules. S, show respect to yourself and other students. T, transition in a safe and orderly manner. That will be back in the building, but at home as well. Accept responsibility. A, accept responsibility. R, ready to learn. And S, support your school. next major commitment is going to be attendance. Attendance is so important this year. Okay? Attendance will be recorded and required every single day. Please make sure that you connect with your teacher if for any reason that you will not attend a live session. Right? Live sessions are so important because they give you effective instruction and immediate feedback to student work. We understand that you get sick, we understand that technology fails, and we understand that sometimes you have a family emergency. But please contact your teacher as soon as you know that you will not make a live session. Please do not make a habit in just watching recordings and just doing the daily work on your own. Make it a habit to be in a live session every single day. Always remember that we are family at Sugar Creek Charter School. Thank you for becoming a member of our family. Thank you for being here. Please learn as much as you can at this open house. Have some fun and have a great day. And as we say here at Sugar Creek Charter School, we're positively flexible. We're all in, and we do whatever it takes. Thank you.
All right, that was a message from our school principal, Mr. Russell. If you are just joining us, please be sure to sign in using the chat box. Send your information to Ms. C. Harris. I am Mrs. Marsh, the kindergarten curriculum facilitator. I'm a school administrator. I oversee teachers, curriculum, behavior, and resources. I have been at SCCS for 14 years. If you have any questions or concerns, I will be your person of contact after you have contacted your child's teacher. And now I am going to introduce our team. So first up for KO1, we have Miss C. Harris and Miss Morales. Their class roster is listed on the screen. If you see your child's name, that means that these are your students' teachers.
Good afternoon, parents. Ms. C. Harris. I will be working along with Mrs. Morales this school year. I have been at Sugar Creek Charter School for 5 years now, and I have been in education for 11 this year, and I enjoy what I do.
Yes, hi, this is Ms. Morales, and I'm going to work with Ms. Harris, and we are very excited. This is my second year in Sugar Creek Charter School, and I'm happy to be here and working with you guys.
Next up, KO2, Ms. L. Harris and Mrs. Olasso.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miss L. Harris. This is my 5th year at Sugar Creek, and I have the pleasure of working alongside with Mrs. Olasso, and we're so excited for the school year to begin. Mrs. Olasso, you're muted.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Mrs. Lolasso, and this is my first year at Sugar Creek, and I will be working along Mrs. Harris, and I'm so excited to be working with her and getting to know your children.
Thank you, Ms. Lolasso. Next up is KO3. We have Ms. Bellamy, Ms. Kinsey, and Ms. Nance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to KO3, the best class in kindergarten. My name is Ms. Bellamy, and I am so excited to be working with your scholars this school year. I have been at Sugar Creek for 4 years and in education for roughly 13 years. This school year, at the very beginning of the school year, I will be going out for maternity leave, and so that is why you see the 3 of us are on the screen, because Ms. Kinsey and Ms. Naomi Nance will be filling in for my place temporarily.
Hi everybody, I'm Miss Nance. This is my very first year at Sugar Creek, which is super exciting. This is my 5th year in education altogether, and I'm just really excited to get to know our scholars, to engage with you guys, connect with you guys, talk with them, get to know them, and I know it's going to be a very awesome, great school year.
Thank you. Next up, KO4. We have Miss Livin and Miss Nance. And yes, she and the other Nance, they are sisters. So this is Miss I. Nance.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Lennon, and this is my second year here at Sugar Creek Charter, and I'm very excited about this upcoming school year.
Good afternoon, parents. I am Miss Nance. This is my second year at Sugar Creek Charter School, and I'm super psyched about starting off this school year.
Thank you. K05, Mrs. Bill and Miss Blackson.
Yes. Now, this is actually the best class in kindergarten. However, they're all great, but this one is the best. Hello, my name is Mrs. Bill. I've been in kindergarten for 6 years, working with Sugar Creek for 5, and I am super excited about our virtual school year.
Hello, and I'm Ms. Blackson. This is my first year teaching at Sugar Creek Charter, and I am excited to see what this upcoming school year holds for us.
And last, but certainly not least, K06, Miss Galogly and Miss Livingston.
Hi everybody, my name is Miss Galogly. It's my first year here at Sugar Creek and I am super excited about our learning this year.
Hello parents and students, I am Miss Livingston. This is my 9th year here at Sugar Creek and this is my 5th year in kindergarten.
Thank you. So as you can see, parents, we have a very huge team to meet all of your students' needs. We are super excited for the school year and we cannot wait to get to know you and your families. So let's dive right into scheduling. What will your Scholars Day look like? As you can see, I have the schedule projected and it is slam packed. We start instruction at the top of the morning at 8:00 a.m. and we're ending at about 2 o'clock. The first day of school is Monday. I hope you're ready. We start off every morning with morning meeting, 8 o'clock to 8:15. It is very important that your scholar is logged in and ready to go at 8 o'clock. If by chance you're having a rough morning or you're running late, we will not accept anyone into class until that brain break, which is at 8:45. Looking at the schedule, we have factored in many opportunities for your students to take a brain break, to have transitional time, for them to use the restroom. They also have whole group time. They have a lot of small group time, which is where we individualize learning for your students to target their instruction that they need. And then we have specials, which consist of PE, music, art, and things of that nature. So full-blown schedule. I hope you guys are ready. On Fridays, we have independent study, which means we will not have live instruction, but they will be accounted for by using the computer, and we will get into that a little bit more. Speaking of our independent study program.
All right, so on Fridays, as Ms. Marsh said, students will not have live instruction with their teachers. Instead, they will be assigned a differentiated instruction for extension or remediation. So all the activities will be self-directed. We will use quite a few websites in order to drive that instruction. Those websites are iReady, which focuses on literacy and phonics. We will use Zearn, which focuses on math, along with Reading A to Z and Epic, which are 2 reading websites as well. On Fridays, those independent assignments that your students are completing, they will be graded. So they're not just for fun or not just for practice, they will be graded. Also on Fridays during that time, the teacher's office hours will be between 2 to 3 p.m. That will be a perfect time for you to contact your scholar's teacher, either via Remind or on the phone. Okay, so along with our curriculum that we will be using this school year, we will be using the Foundations and Eureka curriculum. Foundations is our phonics program and Eureka is our math program. In order to ensure that we are able to implement that program successfully, so we have a 1-day on Friday, August 21st, between the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every student must have the materials. So that's a mandatory thing. So every student must have the materials. And again, that is to make sure that they're getting quality instruction, they're able to follow along with those curriculums. Okay, so as Ms. Marsh put at the very beginning, and she gave you our daily schedule, this is just a suggested home schedule that was created to kind of give you an idea of what it might look like on a daily basis in your home. So we're suggesting between the hours of 7 to 7:30 for your scholar to wake up, get dressed, brush teeth, wash your face, kind of prepare themselves for the day. Between 7:30 to 7:50, eat your breakfast. We don't want students eating on camera. We're treating our virtual sessions as if we were live in school. So the same way we would not eat breakfast in the classroom during instruction, we don't want to eat it while we have instruction going on. Between 7:50 to 8 o'clock, they will sign on to Canvas, and we'll talk more in depth on that a little bit later, and they'll get onto their Zoom link. Between the hours of 8 to 1:30, that's full instruction time. We're live, Zooms, we're learning. From 12 to 12:30, that is a lunch break for all students. So we ask that during that period of time, students are eating their lunch, we're off camera. From 1:30 to 3 o'clock, we're completing any assignments. That's a great time for parents to reach out to teachers. We're wrapping up our day. From there, from 3 to 8 p.m., that's your time, home life, prepare for bedtime. Let's get a great night's sleep. So that way the next day we can ensure that all scholars are ready to go, fully alert and learning.
Yes. So we're going to talk about attendance a little more. Mr. Russell touched on that earlier in the video. It is very imperative that you are signing on every single day to live instruction. We will take attendance daily from live instruction. If by chance you're sick, a family emergency comes up, you still can get counted present for the day. However, you need to make sure that you contact your child's teacher and that your student completes the assignments for that day. Your student will only be counted present if, 1, you speak to the teacher and communicate that, and 2, if they complete the daily assignments. Let's talk about grading. Yes, kindergartners are graded for their work.
All right, so the grading scale, tests are worth 35%, classwork 35% as well, quizzes 15%, and participation 15%. We do understand that that test is a big chunk of the grade, but we do provide multiple opportunities for your students, well, for our students to retake that test, and we also allow them to take that test within small groups as well so that they're more focused. Teachers will update grades weekly, and grades can be accessed in the parent portal and PowerSchool. All right, let's talk about the iReady diagnostic test. So this test will be taken the first week of school, Wednesday and Thursday. Math will be Wednesday and reading will be on Thursday. In order for them to log in, their username will be first.last name, and then password for everyone will be iReady. This assessment is just to evaluate and see where our students are. It is not graded, so there's no way that they can fail. We're just trying to see what they know and do not know. Also, this test is supposed to be done independently, so parents, we just ask that you don't help them with it or have their siblings help them with it so that we can have accurate data to see exactly where they are.
So with all of that being said, of course, we have some family expectations for virtual learning. So let's get into our expectations.
All right, so parents, we ask that your child is wearing the proper attire, socks, shoes. You know, if you like, they can wear their uniform, the uniform shirt, that's fine. They can wear jeans, but like no pajamas or anything, or robe. You know, we ask that they're coming ready as if they would be going to school. minimum noise in the background. So we recommend that you find a space in your house that they can focus away from distraction. If possible, be near your child during the live session, because it is live, because they might need some additional help that you can help them on your end. We ask that, again, please, it is very important that you allow your child to do the work independently. And also, we ask that, since it is going to be live, we will be recording. We ask that you refrain from asking questions during this time. We will have daily office hours for you guys to contact us between 2 to 4. So that would be great if you could hold your questions. And also, parents, this is a learning experience for all of us. We are all learning together. So we just ask that you be patient with us, be flexible with us, because we are in this together.
So just as we have expectations for the family, we also have expectations for our students. Ms. Harris, let's talk about those students' expectations.
Yes, let's talk about them. So, very important. They must log on every day on time, okay? They have to be on time on the camera. We have to see their beautiful faces like you're seeing ours right now. Make sure they're in an area that's bright. We can see the faces, of course. Make sure once they log on, their speakers, they're on mute. Make sure you definitely charge the iPad, Chromebook, laptop, whatever technology you have that they will be using. Charge that overnight, because they will be on pretty much half of the day, like from 8 to 2. They should have materials that they need, pencil, crayons, glue stick, everything that they need at their hand right there beside them. Make sure we ask that they use the restroom before they come on. And of course, we will have our little restroom break throughout, because again, it's going to be a long day. They can go during brain break, and you know, they can grab a little snack, use the restroom during that time, okay?
So with all of those expectations, we absolutely have to tell you how to set your student up for success. So Ms. L. Harris, can you talk to us about setting our students up for success?
I would love to talk to you all about setting your students up for success so that we have a successful school year. So going into Zoom, there are certain supplies that we're going to need. So make sure that your students come prepared every single day. That's Monday through Thursday, with their pencils, their papers, their computers. Make sure they're charged up. Any school provided materials that includes their Eureka and Foundations materials that we will be handing out on the 21st. Make sure that they're in a very comfortable working environment. So that includes good lighting so that we can see their face. Make sure that they're away from any distractions. Try to make sure that they're in the same place every day so that they're consistent and so that they can get the most out of the instruction. Lastly, no distractions, and encourage your children to have in mind the STAR rules, and we're going to talk about that in just a couple more slides. And these are just a few examples on how you can set up your classroom space, your workspace for your children. As you can see that they have their letters at the top. They have their desk. There's not much around it, so they're not very distracted. And as you can see that there's no couches, they're not in bed. So just make sure that they're sitting up so that they're alert and ready to learn every single day.
And we absolutely understand we're not expecting for you to go out and purchase an alphabet chart or anything of that nature, but we definitely want your students to be set up for success. That means they're in the same spot every single day. If there's not a desk, it's a kitchen table, it's a mini table, it's a cardboard box if you have to get a box. But we definitely want them in the same space and something hard that they can write on, and definitely by an outlet. So all of those expectations of our students, setting them up for success, putting them in the right place, we absolutely have to have rules, because rules make the world go round. We have to have rules for our scholars. So Mrs. Bell, talk to us about our student expectations and behavior.
Well, thank you. As Ms. Harris said, we ask that you continue to reinforce these STAR STAR rules, excuse me, with your scholars, reviewing them because they are school-wide expectations. So let's quickly go over them. As we're asking that you're going to show respect to yourselves and others, that's going to also apply virtually because we want them to be very respectful, and so their learning environment is open for everyone. T, transition quickly and orderly in an orderly manner. That goes as for virtually as well, because we are going to be transitioning from whole group to small group often throughout our sessions. A, we're going to ask that you're going to accept responsibility because as adults, we also struggle with doing that at times. R, being ready to learn, as they stated earlier, having all of your materials prepared for the day. And if you continue to do S, T, A, and R, you're going to definitely do S, supporting your school.
So we have all of these rules to follow. What happens if my scholar follows all of the rules? What's going to motivate them to follow the rules? I'm so glad you asked. Ms. Bell, can you tell them about that, please?
Oh, those exciting purple days. We celebrate our scholars, especially when they're doing the very, very best. Now, realistically, we may or may not shoot for purple every day. We may shoot for green. That is our target goal every day, is to shoot for green. If you get to that purple day, we will celebrate you with so much excitement.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with learning, we are trying to make school at home as comfortable as possible and make it seem like they are at school. So we ask that we continue to have positive narration. So we talk to those students that are doing the right things. Like, I like the way Mrs. Marsh is sitting today. You're doing a great job. Just to encourage others to do what she's doing the correct way. Individual corrections. If sometimes working online gets too much for them, we may put them in a waiting room, give them a chance to revamp, and then come back in. Over to the side, we have our star stick rules. Green, awesome day, yellow, blue, and red. Our goal is to never get to blue and red. That's why we encourage the breakout room, the time to set off to the side to yourself, collect yourselves. And if it ever gets to that point, we will definitely reach out to parents to talk about some things that we can do to assist their child better.
So let's get into some motivation. What is going to motivate these students to follow all of these rules, to come to class every day, to do their absolute best, to be in ready position? How can we motivate these students? Ms. Gologly.
Well, Ms. Marsh, there are a ton of ways that we motivate our students every single day. So we have things such as Student of the Day, where this student, maybe they're on purple that day, they were just doing an awesome job following directions, growing their brain, doing the best that they can. We have other student incentives like Student of the Month. We have the Wildcat Pride Party, which is an awesome, super fun party for all of our students to really celebrate, the success that they accomplished that month. We have end of class shout outs, morning shout outs. We give positive phone calls and messages home so that, we can work together and that you can also congratulate that student for, really doing the best that they can that day. We do dance breaks, have virtual certifications, so they might get a certificate saying how great that they did that day and to really celebrate that good behavior. We will take virtual field trips, have themed class days, and do show and tell spotlights. So a lot of things we're doing in class to make it fun and really motivate the students.
Yes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling motivated already. I want to do my best. I want to have a virtual dance party. I need to see what that looks like. Talk to us a little bit more about those virtual dance parties and Pride.
Okay, so our Wildcat Pride Party is on the last Friday of the month. We're not going to have them in August, October, December, April, or June because those months have holidays in them or breaks and are already too short. But all the rest of the months that we're in school, we will be celebrating our students and, really congratulating them with the Wildcat Pride Party. So all students will attend the first Wildcat Pride Party so that, they will get excited and really know what it's all about. And this is a super fun time. Now, to be able to go, the eligibility for students is no more than 3 yellows. So if they, have a couple of rough days, they get on yellow maybe once or twice, they can always turn it around and just keep working towards that green or that purple. But more than 3 means they're not consistently following the rules. If to be able to go, they will have to have no blues or reds and no more than 3 times in the waiting room. So just consistently showing that they are ready to learn and following directions.
Absolutely. You guys have never been to a party that I've thrown, but everybody knows that Mrs. Marsh and kindergarten throw the best parties, whether it's in person or virtually. There's nothing like a kindergarten party. So you and your scholar definitely want to get to our Wildcat party. So definitely pump up your student and hype them up so that they are excited and want to do their best to attend these Wildcat parties. Parents, I think I neglected to tell you guys that all of this information will be sent out to you via email. The video is also being recorded and will also be available for you guys on our school website. But let's get into some more expectations. Let's talk about remote learning and dress code.
Yes, absolutely. So important, the dress code. So what we would love to see, what is a yes for the students, are jeans, pants, joggers. They can wear sneakers, sandals, socks. They can have t-shirts on or even last year's uniform. Some things that we don't want to see on screen, they will be with the other students. Our videos are recorded, so we want to make sure that they're dressed appropriately. So some things that we want to avoid are spaghetti straps, tank tops, no pajamas, t-shirts with inappropriate language, or short shorts. So just, we want them to be presentable and respectable in their clothing.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad we're talking about dress code, because while we do want our students to be in a proper attire, we also want our parents to be properly dressed, because we can see you in the background when you're in Zoom, and we're asking for you to be relatively close to your student so that you can help them. So it's going to be very important that you are also well appropriately dressed. So let's talk about intervention. At Sugar Creek, we have an intervention program that is ran by Cherie Graham, who is our MTSS coordinator. She oversees intervention if your student has an IEP and or a 504 plan. They will be referred to the intervention program. For kindergarten, we have our intervention specialist, Ms. Patino, who is going to talk to you very shortly and give you more details about elementary intervention.
Okay, good afternoon, parents. I am Ms. Patino. I'm the kindergarten interventionist. Our coordinators is Ms. Graham, like Ms. Marsh said. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about intervention at SCCS. We are the team that works together to support your child in reading, math, or ESL. We differentiated learning based on the MTSS multi-tier systems of support. Students are screened in the classrooms and go through assessment to qualify and receive support in a small setting. Okay. Okay, let's see, intervention. Our classes are Monday to Thursday from 12:30 to 3. Instruction is differentiated based on individual students' needs. Data drive instruction on a weekly basis. We monitor our students' progress every week, and students that are eligible are retained, returning from previous school year, or referred from the EC department. If you have any questions, please email Ms. Graham. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Patino. Just to add to what she said, what if your student is is struggling, but they don't have an IEP or they don't have a 504 plan, they weren't retained? If you have students that fall into that category, your first direct contact is going to be with your student's teacher, and then your teacher will intervene and do interventions there. And if it needs to go higher, then we will refer that student to the intervention team. communication. So communication is very important for us to have a successful school year. We understand that your information may change from time to time, but it's very imperative that you let your student's teacher know, as well as let the school know, so that we can contact you when needed. I do ask that you allow all teachers to give you a 24-hour window to respond to your messages. Speaking of communication, how can you contact your child's teacher? If your child's teacher has not already contacted you, and they should have, here are their emails. I am going to launch a poll. I would like for you to answer it. If you would take a few moments to click this button. Has your child's teacher contacted you? We have been conducting virtual home visits with parents this week. So you should have heard from your child's teacher about setting up a virtual home visit. Give a few more seconds to answer that. All right, let's see. Has your child's teacher contacted you? Yes, 47% of you has said, yes, my child teacher has contacted me. And then 31% says, absolutely, they've contacted me, and we've already scheduled a home visit. They're awesome. They would be awesome because they work for kindergarten at Sugar Creek Charter School, which is the best team in the building. If I have not already said that, I'm going to say that multiple times until you get that in your head. We are the best. It starts here. We set the foundation for your students to succeed. It takes all of us. So make sure you are communicating with us at all times. Here is our information again. You don't have to take a picture. This will be available to you via our school website, and then we will also send it out via email. Now, I have done a lot of talking. I know you're tired of hearing my voice. I'm tired of hearing my voice. So I'm going to turn it over to see if you guys have had any questions. I told you in the beginning, if you had questions, to send them in a chat box, and I am going to answer those questions at this time. So, Miss Nance, do you have any questions?
Not at the moment. We do have one parent that needs an interpreter, but no questions at this time.
Wow. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to ask anything that you may need. Send it in the chat box. Send your questions now. The laptop. All right, I see a question. What do you do if the laptop is not working? Password. So for the password, for them to log on, they need to use their first last name at thesugarcreek.org. The password is going to be SCCS and then the student's lunch number. So if their lunch number is 4101, for the password, you are going to put in SCCS 4101.
Ms. Marsh, we have a question.
Yes.
Where do we send the immunization forms?
I'm so glad you asked, because kindergarten must have the immunization records in by the 30th day of school. You can send those in to Miss Kelly Bond. You can send them into the school. You can fax them over. The fax number is 704-921-1000. That is 704-921-1000. You can send them over via fax. You can drop them off at the school. We will make copies and give them back to you. If you want to scan and email them in, you can send them to Nurse Kelly Bond. Her email is bond.kelly@thesugarcreek.org. That is bond.kelly@thesugarcreek.org.
Okay. We have another question.
Yes.
One second. What program do you have for parents who work in the day from hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
So I think, could you clarify the question, please?
I'll read it one more time. What program do you have for parents who work in the day? And they listed their work hours, which is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you work in the day, and if you are looking for childcare, or you're working in the day and you're not able to access Zoom daily. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes. Okay. So we do not have a school program here. We do have a list of daycares who are providing services right now. If you would send your student's name, and your child's teacher will contact you and let you know those daycare providers, indoor programs. So we do not have a specific school program available for those students.
Okay, next question. If the password is incorrect, do we contact the school?
Yes, if your password is incorrect, you will contact the school. You can contact Miss Nichelle Harris at thesugarcreek.org. That is, Harris.Nichelle, HARRIS.NICHELLE at thesugarcreek.org. For all of your tech issues, you can also go to the school's website and fill out a tech request form. For any tech issues, if your computer's not working, your password is not working, you need a hotspot, something's wrong, go to the school's website, tech support.
Awesome. Okay. What percentage of parent guidance will be needed during the school day? Do you think they will need to be assisted most of the school day?
That is a great question. I am glad whoever asked that asked. So in the beginning, your student will definitely need their parent to be there with them. Once they have gotten accommodated, they learn how to log in, they can do things independently, then you can kind of go away from your student, but it's really going to depend on the individual student's needs, if they will need you. So now you guys have your login information. I suggest starting this week, teaching your scholar at home how to log in, how to get access to that using their lunch number, how to sit at their computer. If they've been staying up late like my kids have, make them go to bed and make them get up in the morning, because I have a 3rd grader, an incoming kindergartner, and a 10th grader. And the summer and quarantine has definitely gotten to all of us. And myself, I have been staying up way late in the morning and paying for it. And we don't want our scholars to do that. So let's get them on a schedule. Let's retrain their brains, retrain their minds, retrain your mind, parents, and let's go to bed at night and get up early in the morning and get this work.
Okay. Do we have to have a laptop or something else for them to watch the teacher on Zoom? I cannot sign into my child's Chromebook. It's asking for an email.
Yes, so your student's email, you're going to log into the Chromebook with your student's email. Their email is their first.lastname@thesugarcreek.org. Now, if your student has 2 last names or a hyphenated last name, that's a little tricky. You are going to fill out a tech request form on the school website to get your information from Miss Nichelle Harris. But you can definitely use a smartphone, you can use an iPad, or you can use a Chromebook. But if you have a school-issued computer or device that is not working, the first thing you're going to do, let me say it with me, everyone. I know I can't hear you, you're muted. I need to see everyone lips say it with me. You are going to fill out a tech request from Miss Harris. Thank you, Miss Alicia from your Galaxy S9. Thank you. I saw your lips moving. I know if you have any issues, you know who to contact. Okay, thank you so much for that. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Miracle. I wasn't able to see you guys when I was doing my PowerPoint because I had the screen showing, so I'm excited to see all of your faces now. So I was just talking to the wall. Any more questions?
Yes, let's see here. 1 second. Will we get an email with the schedule for class?
Yes, you will. Your child's teacher will provide all of that to you. If you have not had your virtual visit yet, they are going to get it to you. And if you still don't get it, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll send it to you. My information is marsh.anquinette@thesugarcreek.org. That's marsh.anquinette@thesugarcreek.org. Thank you, Ms. Harris, for putting that in the chat box.
Awesome. So next question. How do we make a private chat to provide contact information, to provide valid contact information for both parents?
Yes, so if you look at the bottom of your screen, you should see a button that says chat. If you don't see it there, you can click on the word that says more, should be located at the right, and you'll see the word chat. When the chat pops up, it'll have a list of participants. You select the person that you want to send the message to, and then you put your message in and you press send.
Awesome. Okay, next question. If we were unable to pick up the device, will there be any other times to pick up a device?
So the last tech pickup was today, and it ended at 1 p.m. If you were not able to do that, please send your information in to your child's teacher, and we will see if tech will be offering a second pickup. I just want to say, if you weren't able to pick up that tech pickup, make sure you write this date down. Friday, August the 21st. It is a 1 day only. Everybody say it with me. Let me see your fingers when you do this. It is a what? 1 day only pickup. What day was that? August the 21st. It is a Friday. Miss Marsh, I can't come on Friday. I am so sorry that you can't come that Friday. Is there anyone else in your household that could come pick it up? Your auntie, your grandma? Every student needs to pick up that stuff on Friday, August the 21st, because it is a 1 day only pickup. I know I'm being very dramatic. I act like this in real life. You can get used to it. But yes, 1 day only, we're going to be here for you to pick up those items. So please make sure I'm giving you a 2-week notice. For those of you that are essential workers, I love you. Please put in that request to your bosses that you need to go pick up your students' educational needs. Education comes first. Pick it up. If you cannot, absolutely can't get here, your child's teacher will drive to your house and bring it to you. I'm just kidding. They're not going to do that. All of my teachers' faces was just like, they're not going to do that. But if you have an extenuating circumstance and you absolutely cannot get here and you cannot pick it up, make sure you contact us well in advance so we can make the necessary arrangements for your child to be successful and to get those things. Now, all of you don't have an extenuating circumstance. So I don't want to see 50 emails saying that you need me to drop your stuff out, because I'm not going to do that. But I will for those who really need it. Next question.
All right. Where can I get immunization papers and a lunch number?
Immunization records, is that what you said?
Where can I get it's so hard to say that word. Where can I get immunization papers and lunch number for their student?
Oh, if you need to fill out a lunch form, if you go to the school's website, you can click on the button at the top left-hand corner that says 2020-2021 school year. You click that link and it will send you to another link that says student lunch form. You will fill out your lunch verification form there. If you need your lunch number, your student's teacher can give that to you. Immunization records, you just need the health assessment. Any pediatrician that you go to, any doctor's office has those. If not, you can go to the school's website and access those. You can also download it from online anywhere, but they are available.
All right. What if the children's parents are not able to be with their child in the morning because they are working?
So it's going to be very important. If you know that you can't be there in the morning, or there's someone else that can be there with that student, that you start today, this week, teaching your student how to log on to that computer so that they can begin to learn and start taking care of their own learning. And someone, I know they're not going to be home by themselves, so someone will be there with them to assist them and or help them. But definitely, the sooner you start teaching your student how to do these things independently, the better. I promise you, it sounds like a lot right now, but by September, your student will know how to log on and do everything. They can go to YouTube right now. They know Netflix. They know the Disney password. They can go to anything you want to go to. My daughter, she's 4. She sends me Amazon pictures and things that she wants for her birthday, which is next week. So I know they know how to work it. We just have to make sure we're consistent with teaching them and with practicing. So go ahead and get that practice in today.
All right. What if you don't have internet?
If you do not have internet, you will need to fill out a, say it with me, tech request online from Miss Michelle Harris. The school does have a minimal of hotspots left. We have already given out 600 hotspots. I know that we were ordering more. I'm not quite sure if they are in yet, but if that is something that you need, please fill out a tech request.
Okay. What day can we pick up student materials?
Everybody, what day can we pick up materials, guys? Say it with me. That one day only date. Everybody say it. What day? Friday, August the 21st. I love you, Miss Alicia. Thank you. I saw you say it. From 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Thank you, parent of Jennifer. You are so cool in your glasses and your princess crown. And she said she's holding up her finger saying one day only. That's right. Any more questions? I think I have about 4 minutes before first grade is hopping on.
Okay, at this time, that is all our questions. Parents, if you have any additional questions, now is the time. But at this moment, that we have answered all questions.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, if you missed that sign in, send me your student's name, your name, and your email address. The password for logging into the computer is SCCS, all lowercase, and your student's lunch numbers. Someone asked for the teacher's list name. Again, I will share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, here it is. Take a picture of it. This is Miss Galogi and Miss Livingston's homeroom class. I do have 2 students that were added today. So if you do not see your student's name, please send a message in the chat box. Next, oh, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. Yep. Mrs. Bell and Miss Blackson, KO5. KO4, Ms. Lennon and Ms. Nance. I'll give you a few moments to take a picture of that. KO3, Miss Bellamy and Miss Kinsey and Miss Nance. KO2, Miss L. Harris. Oh, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. Miss L. Harris and Miss Olasso. OMG, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. And last but not least, KO1 is Miss C. Harris and Ms. Morales. So I hope that has done it for you. I hope we have answered all of your questions. If by chance you have another question that you did not get, please send us an email. If you have not heard from your, hi Kevin. If you haven't heard from your child's teacher, please send an email or send us a thing in the chat and wait for it. I promise you they are going to contact you. Let me go to the second page because I haven't seen all you beautiful faces. Let's see. Oh, hi, is that Miss Jackson? Hey, Miss Jackson. How you doing? I'm sorry, that's one of my former parents. Hey, Sebastian. Hi, Mackenzie. Hi, Kenley. Hi, you look just like Taylor. Let me see who else I see. I'm so excited. All right, I don't see any other names. Hi, Team K. I don't know your name. You don't have your name listed, but hi, everyone. I'm super excited to see you guys. Can't wait to meet all of you starting next week. You will see my face popping into all of your Zooms. I'm super excited. Hi, Miss Allen. Hi, Mr. Allen. I'm super excited. Get to know my face. Get to know my voice. You will see me. You will be hearing from me. Have a great day. Love, peace, and soul.